Cool guys, so this is the first question of our 60 days of code rotate array. So we'll start with reading the question first, and then we'll be moving on to the solutions, the intuitions and everything. So first of all, let us carefully read the question. Given an integer array nums, rotate the array to the right by k steps, where k is a non-negative. So basically in our input we will be given with two things, this nums array and an integer value k. The given array nums should be rotated towards the right k times and the output would be given. So let us now understand this rotation. See, there are the first example, if we take, there was numbers between 1 to 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. These were the numbers. Now we have to do right rotation, right? So basically for all the elements it is quite simple that this element will come one place towards its right, this will come one place towards its right, similarly 3, 4, 5 and 6, they all will come one place to their right. This is quite simple. The only ambiguity is the last one, and in this right rotation you can, as you can see, that the last number will be placed at the beginning, because the last number cannot be further shifted towards the right, so we are bringing it back to the first position, right? So this would have been our answer if my k was 1 or the original array was rotated once. After that, if I want to rotate this again, everything over here will come one place to the right and the last number will come to the first position, and rest everything I'll shift one place. So this is our original array rotated 2 times towards the right, and this would be the result when k would be 2. In our case the k was 3, so let's rotate it again. 5 comes in the front, then 6, 7, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and as you can see this is our answer for k equals to 3. If I can show you the see 5, 6, 7 and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically the point of doing this is, if you can observe it, many of you might have already observed it, that when the value of k was 1, what happened was the last number went at the beginning and the remaining array was as it is. When k is 2, then from the original array last 2 numbers came to the front and rest all the numbers were as it is. When k equals to 3, last 3 numbers from the original array came to the beginning and rest all the elements as it is. So this is a simple observation, right? Now if I can show you one thing, that this question over here, the return type is void. That means this nums array, after the execution of the whole code, this nums array should have k times, should be rotated k times, and it will be checked for that. So we don't need to like return a newly made array. But what I am saying is, for easily solving this question, I can make a new array. After that I will copy the entire new array to my nums array, and then our purpose is solved. Our answer will be stored over here in new array, but in our question we are not allowed to return a new array. So what I will do, I will completely copy this new array in our nums array, right? And if we make a new array, then how can we solve it? As I have said, obviously guys, let me index it up. Let me just copy the question once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This was the original array given to us. Let me also write the indexes, right? So when k equals to 3, I know the last 3 elements will be placed at the beginning. So I should start from this index 4 over here. Now obviously how can I get this index? How can I know that I have to start from 4? Simple mathematical function, n is the number of elements, which is 7 in this case, minus k, which is 3. So 7 minus 3 gives you 4. So that is your starting index. So your first step is to create this new array, create array, and then your second step is to iterate from which place, n minus k to n minus 1 to the last place. From here till here you iterate through the last 3 elements and place them at the front. So 5 will be placed over here, 6 will be placed over here, and then 7 will be placed n minus k to n minus 1. After that these elements will come. So you have to do what? Iterate from 0 to n minus k minus 1, because you have already included the n minus kth element in the as the very first element. So you will start iterating from 0 till n minus k minus 1. What is this? 7 minus 3 minus 1, which is equals to 3. So from 0 to 3 you will run and copy all the elements. So first 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. Pretty simple. Let us check for k equals to 2. If k was 2, this would have been our answer. Then for that, after creating array, after the step 1 create array, what we should do? Travel from n minus k to n minus 1. Here the value of k is 2. So 7 minus 2 is 5. So I will basically start from here and I will go till the last. So I will start from here, that means 6 will come. After that 7 will come. Then I will move from 0 to n minus k minus 1. Right. So what is this value? N is 7 minus k is 2 in this case, minus 1, which is 4. So basically I will run from 0 to 4. This when I am running from 0 to 4, the first number to be copied will be 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. You can just match this answer and this answer over here. Both of them are equal. So this entire thing works, right? And obviously I guess the writing the code for this solution is also pretty simple. I would recommend you to write on your own. But there is a problem. The problem is that, let me just discuss about the time complexity and space complexity of this approach. The time complexity is obviously for these two iterations from n minus k to n minus 1 and from 0 to n minus k minus 1, these two iterations togetherly they are one iteration. If you just look at it carefully, from one place to the end you are going, and from the starting you are coming to this place minus 1. So basically you are iterating the entire array once only, and you are putting all the elements in new array, right? In new array you are putting. After that you need to iterate once again and put all the contents of this new array to this array nums. So basically the time complexity becomes order of 2n, because you have to iterate the entire array twice, which is nothing but order of n, but still you can just this is more precise. And also the space complexity is how much? Order of n, because obviously we are creating a new array which is exactly the same size as the input array. The space required in the program is directly dependent upon the input array, and it is linearly dependent. What is the length of what will be the length of my nums array? That will be the length of my new array. So obviously the space complexity is order of n. But if you just come down a little bit over here, you can see that this follow up says you that can you do it in order of one extra space. They don't want you to take this extra array that we have created in order to solve this. Can we do this? Yes, the answer is yes. How can we do this? Let me give you an intuition of the most optimal approach, and then I'll tell you. Once you see it, then you will find it very easy. The logic is, once you see the logic, after that it will be very easy. So my initial intuition is that, guys, if I see the result, what will be the result when k is 3? 5, 6, 7 will come over here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will come over, 1, 2, 3, 4 will come over here. This will be my result. Now the simple intuition is that, guys, this 5, 6, 7 should be in the beginning. So if you just try to reverse this, then I think you will be able to see a lot of things. If I just reverse the whole thing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. If this is my reversed array, now you can see from here to here, try to link things up. See, if I just break this array into these two parts, and then individually rotate these components, then we will get the result. Let me show you. If I just reverse this part, this will be 5, 6, 7. If I reverse this part, it will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. So basically, and you see these two things are exactly the same. So what I am saying is that I have to reverse this entire array once, and after that I would need to reverse these two components. How can we divide this component? Obviously guys, if you just check it, if I just index this up, the three elements that have come from the last should be rotated. How can I get from 0 to which element should I do it? It will be k minus 1. Obviously there are three elements over here, and these three elements the indexes run till 2. So from 0 to k minus 1 we reverse. First we reverse the entire array, 0 to n minus 1 we reverse the entire array. Then once we reverse this particular part only, 0 to k minus 1, and after that from k to n minus 1 also we need to rotate the last part, and that's it, that will be it. Now the point is how am I finding out? The point is guys, how am I finding out that this 5, 6, 7 I have to rotate this and then rotate these two things? The answer is simple. This is a Leetcode medium guys. This is a pattern that you need to follow, and that is why this question is a Leetcode medium. Otherwise the first approach that I have shown you, this is pretty simple stuff, right? This is pretty simple, just copying the numbers from here till here and then here till here. That is pretty simple. And obviously as this is the first question, I am just giving you a general direction that for this medium question you should think for 20 to 25 minutes. Have you done that? And after that have you said that this will not be seen? If you spend this much of time, you will be able to see it. Save it with a pen and paper. Try to figure out what is the pattern left. If they are saying that it would be done in order of one space, then it can be done in place, right? So the simple intuition that these elements should come in front, once you reverse this whole thing, then you cannot unsee it that this particular part can be reversed. There are three numbers, k equals to 3, and then the rest of it should be reversed, and then we get the result. If you sit for 20 minutes with this particular problem with pen and paper, I am very sure you would be able to solve it. So this should be your approach ahead from now onwards to the remaining problems, that you should at least give a solid 20 minutes of think before jumping to the video. So basically let us do it for one more time. I think the first video will be a little bit lengthy, no worries. This is the array and it is saying that rotate it twice. So what can I do is, in the first step what I do, from 0 to n minus 1, the entire length of the array I reverse it. 99, 3, minus 100 and minus 1. After that what I do, from 0 to k minus 1 I rotate it. What is 0 to k minus 1? 0 to 1. I rotate this particular part. So 3 and then 99 comes. After that I reverse this entire part. Like from k is 2 to n minus 1 is 3. So I reverse this entire thing, minus 100. And this should be our answer. 399 minus 100. 399 minus 100. Right? So this particular method of reversing the entire array for the first time, and then reversing from 0 to k minus 1, and then reversing from k to n minus 1. This three steps, if you just observe, then this will rotate the array for k times. Now writing, I would highly recommend you guys to stop over here and write the code on your own. If not, then we can just follow. So what I need to do is, one more element before coming over here is, in the constants part, you can see there is no constants of k to n. Like k can be a number which is greater than n, and that is a tricky question. Like that is a little bit of a tricky part, like not much. If I show you, where is the pen? Yeah. So if you see, the question was what? Minus 1, minus 100, 3 and 99, right? If I rotate this once, it becomes 99, minus 1, minus 100 and 3. After that it becomes, obviously 3 comes in the beginning, then 99, minus 1, minus 100. After that this minus 100 comes to the beginning, then 3, 99 and minus 1. And after that you will see that the entire pattern starts repeating. If I rotate this once more, it will be same as this. See, minus 1, minus 100, 3 and 99, which is exactly the same. So what my point is, let me do it for one more time. 99, minus 1, minus 100 and 3. My point is, if k is 2 and for k equals to what is this? 3, 4, 5 and 6. For k equals to 2 and 6, they are exactly the same. For k equals to 3, it will be same as k equals to 7, right? So my point is these two things are same. How can I say that? See, if I just modulus this with the length of the array, 6 modulus 4, that will give me the minimal number of rotation I need to make in order to obtain this particular form. So that is another thing. The value of k can be greater than the size of the array. So in that case, I can just do modulus with the size. I am sure you guys have came across multiple other code where you have used this same strategy. This is nothing new. So in order to just round it off, we can do the modulus with the length of the array. So basically, I'll first find out the length of the array, nums dot length, right? After that, what I am saying is k should be k modulus n, just to be safe that k is in range. After that we just need to do the 3 reversing operations, right? So I'll just make a custom function that like reverses the array and stuff. So public static, let me make it a static function, void reverse, for example, which takes in an array, 1D array, and a start index from where till where it needs to reverse the contents of the array. It takes that 2 integers, right? Now what we can do is, while my start is less than end, I can continue doing what? I will take a temporary variable where I store the element which is at start. After that, I will do nums of start, I will assign it to nums of end, and after that nums of end should be equals to my stored variable value, which is temp. After that, I will increment my start and I will decrement my end, right? Obviously pretty simple way of reversing 2 arrays. What I did was, if there are suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the array and I need to like rotate this. I'll take my start pointing to this index and end pointing to this index, and I reverse the 2 values. 1 will come over here, 5 will go over here. So after that operation, what it will be? 5 and 1 over here, and the rest of the elements will remain as it is. And after that, my start will come over here and end will come over here, and then 2 and 4 will also be swapped. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and my start and end will point over here. As start is not less than end in this particular thing, we don't need to swap this particular thing. This is already in place and the array has already been reversed. So this is pretty simple way of reversing thing. That is what I have done. Okay, I do this until start is less than end. You can also put an equals to sign, but that will be a extra one iteration which you don't need. So start is less than end will also work. After that, what I need to do? I need to use this function. First, I will just like rotate the entire array. So I'll provide the array. The starting index will be from 0, the entire array. So the end index will be n minus 1. After that, what I need to do? I need to reverse from, I will provide the array, and after that from 0 to k minus 1, I need to reverse. I will reverse the first part, and then I need to finally reverse the last part, which is give it the array also from k to n minus 1. It needs to be reversed. And then we don't need to return anything because this is already void, and so we are already doing the already changing the nums array directly over here. Sorry, this should be a comma. So we are directly changing the manipulating the nums array over here, so there is nothing to be returned over here. I think this should work, right? You will see this will for sure beat 100% in time. So this is order of 1 space complexity. We are not using any extra space in order to do it. We are just doing all the things in place, and yeah, that is it, guys. And also we are doing it in linear time, order of n time. There will be some little bit of time associated for the reversal of the arrays, but still then the time is obviously linear. It is nowhere going in n square terms. So yeah, we are doing it in order of n time only. This time also, previous time also we did it in order of n time, but previous time we used order of n space complexity. Now we are not using that. We are doing it in constant space or order of 1 space.